Welcome to Inside Evil Interrogations, the channel dedicated to breaking down shocking criminal cases and the strategies detectives use to expose the truth. Subscribe for more in-depth analyses of real-life interrogations that reveal the psychology behind the most disturbing crimes. Today, we examine the case of Charity Blackmon, a woman accused of a chilling act of violence. After hitting a bicyclist with her vehicle, Charity exited her car and fatally shot the victim. The interrogation reveals a mix of defiance, justification, and emotional unraveling as investigators push to understand her motives and the sequence of events. The interrogation begins with detectives establishing a conversational tone, focusing on Charity's background. They inquire about her family, work, and recent activities to put her at ease. Charity speaks with a sense of pride, emphasizing her role as a strong, independent woman. When asked about the incident, she describes feeling harassed by strangers, claiming they taunted her and her family. She justifies her actions by portraying the bicyclist as part of a larger conspiracy against her. Forensic experts would note her defensive tone and need to control the narrative. Her emphasis on external threats indicates an attempt to deflect responsibility and rationalize her actions.
Anything you're proud of?
Being an American.
This proud American is strong and brave.
I'm strong and I am brave for what I did.
What exactly did she do that makes her strong and brave, you might ask? Well, she crashed her van into a bicyclist, and then she got out of her van and shot that bicyclist dead. This is Charity Blackmon, and here is what she said.
Hello. I'm Detective Moore, work with the Wichita Police Department. This is Detective Perkins. I think you may have seen her just a few minutes ago. And they've been giving you some water and some crackers, it looks like. Okay. The first thing that I'm going to do while we're in here is I'm going to obtain all your personal information. Okay, we'll go through that, like obviously your name and your address, and if you have kids and parents.
My baby.
And if you feel like you need to take a break or something, just let me know.
Do you need some more Kleenex, Charity? Okay, let me grab you some.
I'm not in a hurry or anything like that, okay? But the first few things I'm going to say is this room is recorded with a microphone so that it'll pick up what we're talking about and a video, okay? So the first few things I'm going to say is just for that. If somebody ever watches this in the future, that they'll know what case it belongs to and all that, okay? Case number is 21C017825. Today's date is March 26th of 2021. It's currently 8:10 p.m. And we're at 455 North Main. That's the city building, the city hall here in Wichita, Kansas. We're on the 6th floor, and this is interview room number 3, okay? And your first name is Charity, but could you spell that for me?
Charity.
What's your middle name?
Shimon.
Can you spell that for me?
CHAMON''E.
And what's your last name?
Blackmon. BLACKMON.
You go by any other names?
No.
And what's your current address?
707 South Beverly Drive in Wichita, Kansas.
And the zip code?
67218.
And what's the phone number for you?
316-253-9729.
You lived there for a little while?
Yes. It'll be 12 months July.
Okay.
So,
Get close to a year then.
mhm,
Where'd you live before that?
my mom,
How old are you?
31.
And your birthday? Where were you born at?
Wichita, Kansas.
And your social? How tall are you?
5'4",
And how much do you weigh?
about 150.
You have any scars, marks, tattoos?
I have like 9 tattoos. They're all recorded.
Anything you're proud of?
Being an American,
No, I mean you got like big tattoos or
Oh.
fancy ones, or what do you got?
I have it with my kids. And my baby footprint.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right in.
Are you currently married?
No,
Have you been married?
no.
What's your mom's name?
Juanita Ridge.
And what's her address?
1541 North Alberta.
And her phone number?
Her number is 316-871-2507.
Alright. What about your father?
His name is Charity Blackmon.
Where's he live at?
He lives in Kansas City. They have a new address. I don't remember what it is, but I know his phone number. Area code 913-999-6550.
Should be easy to remember. Bunch of the same ones. Is it Kansas City, Kansas, or Missouri?
Kansas.
You working anywhere?
I have my own business.
Okay. What is that?
House of Charities, cultivated since. And I'm also a part-time college student.
What school you going to?
Iowa Central University.
That's something you can do online?
Yes, I go online.
What are you studying?
Human service. Be a social worker.
Okay. Any close friends? Somebody like us to call if we ever needed, if you ever needed help?
Just my dad.
Do you have a vehicle?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's my mom's, but it's mine too. That's what I drive. Chrysler Town and Country, 2003.
Brothers or sisters?
I have 4 brothers.
What are their names?
My oldest brother is Bronson Irving.
How old is he?
35, I think.
Does he live in town?
Yes.
Do you know the address or just?
I can't remember the exact address. I know his cell phone number.
Okay, what's that?
316-312-0449.
Who else?
And then my other brother, so they're split, but the one under him will be Shane Blackmon. And he's like 23
Where's he live at?
in Kansas City.
It's just we'll get him later.
Do you know his phone number?
No.
No.
And then my other two, Yario Williams. And he's 19 now.
Where's he living at?
In Parsons, I believe.
Kansas?
Mm-hmm.
Know his phone number?
No.
Alright. Who's the fourth one? Has he got his own phone yet?
Yes, but I can't remember. He just got a new number, and so I don't know it.
Okay. Any other brothers or sisters?
My stepsisters. They weren't sisters, but stepsisters.
Okay. I know you've been kind of emotional every time we say kids, but I want to know what your kids' names are. How old is she? It's her birthday.
You didn't get to see.
How old is he?
And then
How old is she? Any others? Any others? Have you had any recent health or mental hospitalizations?
no.
Have you had any recent head injuries? Have you been knocked unconscious in the last day or two or anything?
Oh no, not in the last day or two. No.
Can you describe that to me?
And
You have any prior arrests? In the last 24 hours, have you consumed alcohol?
no,
Last 24 hours, have you consumed any illegal drugs?
is marijuana illegal? Yes.
When did you have marijuana?
This morning for breakfast, 8 or 9 a.m.
Do you feel like you're under the influence of that currently?
No,
Last 24 hours, have you taken any prescription medications? You feel like that or the marijuana are impacting the fact that you know who I am and that you can understand that I'm talking with you and in your answers back and forth? Do you feel like you're under the influence of anything that we talked about that would keep you from being able to talk to me?
no,
Do you have anything to add on any of those?
You know that we're both police officers, right? Even
Yes,
though we're not in
ma'am.
uniform.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. We just wear plain clothes up here. So I just want to make sure. I know he doesn't, my jacket sometimes covers my badge, but just wanted to make sure you knew that we were police officers. Okay. I'm going to get you some more Kleenex.
Thank you.
Sure.
So what I've been filling out is just this personal history sheet. So everything that I've been asking you is coming from this sheet. Found in the back. And what I'd like you to do is just sign there, and your signature is just that you're the one that provided me that information, okay? Bring it in here, please. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to advise you of your rights. It's called Miranda. I don't know if you are aware of that or not, but I'm going to read these to make sure that you understand what your rights are. You are under arrest right now. We're investigating an incident at 13th and Oliver, where a vehicle ran over a male on a bicycle. You are under arrest. You're the suspect in that case. And before I ask you any questions about that incident, I want to make sure that you understand what your rights are. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. But as we go through this, I'm just going to ask you after each one that I read if you understand that. If you do, then I'll have you initial it. And you'll see once I put this in front of you, okay? And then at the end, I'll ask you if you want to talk to us. And then you can make your decision at that point, okay? It's 8:27 p.m. right now, okay? And here's this pen that you can use again, okay? After I read it, I'll ask you, and then these little lines here, if you understand what I'm reading to you, initial that you do understand it.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And then whenever we get down to here, it'll be yes and no. And those will be questions that I ask you, and then you can respond to me. Okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you just initial on that little line there. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have your lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot hire a lawyer, the court will appoint one for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. I have read this statement of my rights, and I understand what my rights are. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes.
And if you could put your signature right there. Okay. Like I had mentioned, this was a case from today, March 26th, and at 13th and Oliver, the police department responded to a call of a vehicle that had run into a bicycle. The initial part of that investigation led to you being stopped by the police and taken into custody. So if you could describe to me from your perspective what occurred at 13th and Oliver.
Well, I have been to my grandpa's grave and checked on my grandma because I've been just trying to find I was feeling better because I finally got to talk to them today. And so I was trying to get all my stuff done. I have homework, and so I was headed home. I was going north on 13th Street, coming up 13th Street towards Oliver. And there were two males on a bicycle. And I was going slow, letting, so they can get to the sidewalk. And one of them did, and the other guy, he didn't. He started, shaking his butt and, making gestures. And I believe I've seen, not just them, a lot of people have been following me and like taunting me about what happened. And that, you know, and my kids are good. And so there was another car behind me, and the light was red, and so I had stopped, and I would say there was about 8 to 9 feet between us. And when the light turned green, everybody was going, and he was still sitting there dancing and like saying stuff. And I honked the horn so he could go. And the lady behind me was honking, or whoever was behind me. And he still wouldn't go. He started flipping everybody off. And it's like he lunged at my car. He was on the right-hand side, but he lunged this way and went left. And I just see red. He was making fun of my son. He's not my baby son. You don't do that to a child. That's what happened.
Tell me what happened when you saw red.
I couldn't stop myself. I was just, no, it's not funny. People have been taunting me all week, hanging out at my house, throwing rocks at my window. I'm strong and I am brave for what I did to bring these guys down. I was just thinking about my son. My oldest son, because he knows, you know, and he's more affected. And they've been picking on me for the past year since Dorsey and his friends, I guess if that's what you want to call it, trying to quiet me down, trying to run me off the road, coming up on me. One night at Quick Trip, some man came up on me with a gun.
As detectives escalate the pressure, Charity's composure begins to unravel. She admits to stepping out of her car after hitting the bicyclist, but continues to justify her actions by citing previous harassment and threats. Her tone shifts between anger and victimization, portraying herself as a mother defending her children. When pressed about the fatal shot, Charity deflects, claiming she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Forensic analysts would interpret her reluctance as a sign of guilt and a defense mechanism to avoid confronting the full weight of her actions.
but I was able to hurry up and leave. I filed several police reports in the past 2 weeks. I was just trying to get home so I could do my homework.
Well, I can't imagine how hard it's been for you.
My babies, every single last one of them, they were missing with them. So many people, nobody never told me anything. And why would they let this happen to my babies? I wasn't there to criticize. I just want the best for them. Don't do videos that I had to go through. I went through it too when I was young. It happened to me.
Do you know the guy on the bike?
I think so.
What can you tell me about him?
I think he was what they call a junkie.
Junkie?
Yeah, which is like a junkie or a flunky. It's like somebody that they may use to steal or try drugs. And I think he may have been somebody acquaintance of Dorsey or YT Lewis.
Okay.
And yeah.
When did you first see him today?
I think so. Like this morning, I went and did my laundry. I had a lot of stuff I was trying to get done, and I've like all day they've been following me around. I've been seeing people everywhere, but I went and got a new phone, which is on Harriet Edgemore. And I want to say I seen him over in that area coming south Edgemore. He had this coat on, like a dark brown coat. And I think I've seen him earlier this week. I was at Walmart. But I won't say the guy I seen earlier this week was him too, because I don't know for sure. But like when he was turning around and doing all that stuff, and my son told me that's what they had him doing. I knew that was him. And he just kept, like, I don't know his name, but he does look like somebody that I may have seen before.
Can you describe him?
He was white and darker hair, kind of older looking, his face kind of sunken in a little bit.
Okay. Anything else about him that you can remember?
He had that coat on and these pants. Some jeans. They were like faded on the bottom part, on the butt area. Not faded like that, but when jeans get old and thin, and it's a faded color.
Okay. And do you remember where you were stopped at in traffic?
I was stopped almost like right in front a little bit of the liquor store.
Okay.
I believe.
Can you explain where the bicycle was?
Um,
In reference to where you were parked? You think you could draw it?
yeah.
You done some?
Just do this first. And just so we know what the directions and stuff whenever we're talking to each other, I usually like to start and I'll just kind of draw just a basic street. Is that okay? So what I've done is I've put, this is north, this is 13th, so this is 13th Street, and then this is Oliver. Okay, does that ring a bell to you as far as where we're at on here? Okay. And then here's a pen, I'll let you show me whatever you can, okay?
So, this is 13. We were going. Oh, that is east. Okay, sorry. So, east. If this is Oliver, let's see that place. It's like there's the liquor store.
Yeah.
I was parked right here, and there was a car behind me, and he was right there, and there were 2 cars in front of him, I believe.
Okay.
And then
Were you by yourself?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then once both of these cars turned, and he was just still sitting there dancing, and so I honked at him, and he still didn't move, and then the lady behind me was like honking at him too, and like saying whatever, and he flipped her off, and then was still dancing. And so then she was getting ready. I think she was getting ready to go around me, and he jetted off this way. She almost hit him, and he was saying something. That's when I was just seeing red.
Seen red? Describe that to me.
Like, I just couldn't. I couldn't control my thought. Like, everything just went red. Like, just all the anger out there.
Tell me what you did. Describe it to me so I can understand the pain that you're feeling.
I just went. Oh. They've been bothering me all week. Just all these people taunted my children. Even my neighbor's caretaker. I can't even describe it really. I really can't describe it.
Explain what happened next whenever he moves over there.
I don't want to talk.
Can you tell me where you went after?
I was trying to go to my mom's house.
Can you describe that?
I think I went through the parking lot of the Church's Chicken. And I was flying, I hit a bump. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't mean to do that. I just was thinking about my son. My son had to draw pictures. It's not funny to me. Taunting. It's just not funny. And he was bending over and said,
Were you able to talk to this guy at all?
no, my driver's window doesn't work, and so I couldn't raise my window down. I was just honking the horn. And there were like a lot of people honking. It seemed like he was going to the right though, and once she went to the left, then he went to the left. I thought she was gonna hit him.
When did you decide to run over him?
Like when he was mouthing something, saying something. It was like,
How did that make you feel?
don't talk about my son like that. It's not funny. Don't do that to my boy. No. My boy. He wants to be a special agent, astronaut. He's a great kid. He's so smart. He does not deserve it. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not right. And I haven't even got to hug my baby. I haven't. And I really feel like the FBI failed me and my children. The state, I feel like the system failed us because we were already getting threats, and I'm just was only worried about their safety and not mine. I'm like, no, but everybody's just freaking about how I would feel about this. This is breaking my heart that this happened and I could not protect them. I couldn't help them, and these men are these women that were involved, they're harassing me on Facebook, driving past my house, and it's not funny to me, and it's not right.
Well, I can't even begin to imagine the pain that you're feeling and that you're going through. I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah, and I was sodomized when I was 13. That's what happened.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't even know what to say in response to any of that. It's horrible, and it shouldn't happen.
I haven't even got to hug my baby. I haven't got to see all of my children.
But the other thing that I also have a hard time wrapping my brain around is that this man on this bike, he was killed today. Okay, he was ran over by your vehicle, and he died.
I would never. No. No. I am not a violent, harmful person. I'm not. I've just been pushed to the edge. I didn't go to counseling. It's been hard having support.
Charity witnesses told me that the driver of the white town and country van, after she ran into the man on the bicycle, she got out of the van. Do you remember getting out of the van?
No.
You don't have any recollection of getting out of the van?
Just know I seen red.
So in my own mind, I imagine that seeing red is similar to like what people would say blacking out. Do you know that phrase?
Yeah. I think blacking out is like passing out. I didn't pass out though.
Like, can you describe to me better what seeing red means to you? That way I can understand it.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about the red or about the incident?
The incident, the red. Nobody understand. I'm done. I don't want to talk.
Is there anything else that we could get you to eat or drink right now?
No.
It might take us a little while to get some more paperwork and stuff put in place, interview a few other people that witnessed what occurred today. So you'll be up here for just a little bit longer. Somebody's outside your door if you need to use the restroom. Just knock on the table. If you need something else to eat or to drink, knock on the table so they can open the door and help you out. Okay? If you decide you do want me to come back in here, knock on the table and ask that officer that's outside the door, okay?
Yeah, I want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
I want an attorney. I haven't ate all day. Nobody cares.
How about some chips? Or, I'll see what else is in the vending machine. Trying to think what's in there. You want something like sweet, salty? No more crackers, right? Okay. You want a soda?
Maybe Coca-Cola.
Like the regular or diet?
Wait.
Regular? Coke? Okay. If we don't have Coke, would Pepsi? Or is it totally different to you? It doesn't matter. Okay. Let me see what's in the vending machine, and I'll see what else I can bring you. Sound good? Okay. I'm going to leave a few more of these out here. I took these from another guy's desk, so I better take them back.
Charity Blackmon's Interrogation highlights a suspect deeply entrenched in a narrative of self-justification. Detectives skillfully navigate her shifting emotions and rationalizations, using evidence and psychological pressure to challenge her story. Her repeated deflections and emotional outbursts reveal a complex mix of guilt and denial, underscoring the calculated nature of her actions. Subscribe to Inside Evil Interrogations for more detailed breakdowns of criminal cases. Share your thoughts on this shocking case in the comments below.